Alright guys, they are here. All five of them. Well, not all five of them. I guess there's 7 that have released. But I have the 5 Porsches. I also did order one of the Land Cruisers, so that'll come in at some point. I'll probably do a video on that if anyone's interested. But the Trends hobbies are here. I have pre-ordered the second wave, which is the 2 Lamborghini Huracan GT3s. And then there's also 2 Porsche Taycan turbos. They're not the Weissach package ones. Was it the GT turbo? I can't remember. But anyways, they're all here. We're going to look at all 5 of them. So this might be a little bit of a longer video. But yeah, I wanted to look at all 5 of them together since they all are kind of from this first wave. I also do have this one right here. This was their first release. Actually has different packaging than the regular ones. But this was from the Hong Kong Toy Car Salon 2025. So, came in this style of box, of course, licensed and everything. And I did review this one when I got it. It was actually very nice. I was very impressed with it. The opening parts were awesome. All the details were pretty nicely done. And so now we have another one of these, because this is going to be that same casting, that 911 GT1 LM. But anyways, let's just start jumping into it. I'm going to do the 2 Porsche 911 GT3s first. So yeah, they just kind of come in these standard cardboard boxes similar to Mini GT and Tarmac Works. They are taped on both ends. There's no plastic wrap, which I do actually prefer. It's just less plastic waste. I also wanted to see if they fit in these Mini GT protectors. So this is the SUV size. It's a bit wider. I think it's the same height, but they're a bit wider. And so I'm curious to see if these Trends hobbies fit in these protectors. Let's see. Okay, so they do fit in these protectors with a bit of extra room. I think these boxes are going to be similar to Tarmac Works size. So I have one right here. Let's compare. They look to be about the same length. The Trends hobbies do stick out a little bit more just because of these flaps stick out a little bit more than Tarmac Works. Width is pretty close. It looks like the Trends hobby is a little bit thicker or a little bit wider. And then height-wise, it looks like the Tarmac Works are just a tad bit taller. So they're pretty close to the size of these Tarmac Works Global 64s. And so they do fit in these Mini GT SUV protectors, just with a little bit of extra room, which, I mean, honestly, is still fine. So I might have to pick up even more of these. But anyways, let's get that Mini GT out of the way, and let's jump into it. So the important thing here is that everything is licensed, which is a big plus. I do not like these flaps. I hate boxes that have these stupid flaps on them. I wish they would not do that, but yeah, it's just annoying because a lot of times you risk like putting a tear in them when you're trying to pull them out. Just not ideal in my opinion. I've had that complaint with Mini GT for a really long time, and Tarmac Works. Mini GT's finally been getting away from that, but every once in a while they'll release a model that has the flaps on the box, and I don't understand why. But anyways, there's the boxes. Here's the green one. Porsche 911 GT3R. Pretty nice boxes and packaging. I do like it. Has a Trends Hobby holographic sticker right there. Porsche licensing sticker, of course. Then there's all the other information. It's licensed by DTM as well. Very cool. Has social medias for Trends Hobby. And then this is going to be the number for the car right here. It's not like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the codes on the back work. This is 241084B. But then also on the packaging, it says it's number 92. So doesn't really make sense because they don't have a whole lot of models out yet. I don't really know how their numbering scheme is going to work yet. But anyways, this green one is number 92, and this yellow one is number 93. So here's the box for it. Boxes do look good. I do like them. All the licensing information's there. So let's take a look. They come in these black plastic trays with the plastic cover. Nothing really noteworthy about that. That's just it's just what it is. Get all this set off to the side here. And here are the cars. Very excited. These do have opening parts, I believe. Yeah, they do. So this front section does open, and there's no engine in here, obviously, but there is some sort of detail. I don't know what all that gold stuff is, but it has the fuel port, which there's actually a hole cut out onto the hood. So when you close that, the fuel port actually sticks out. That actually is really nice in my opinion. It's got a couple other things. Looks like it's got some reservoirs back in there. Not, like I said, not exactly sure what that gold detailing is. But yeah, very nice. Panel gaps are also not too bad. They look pretty tight, pretty flush. So that is always good. But yeah, here's the side profile of it. As you can see, it does have tire printing, which looks pretty good, Pirelli P0s. And there's also brake details back behind there. Some slotted rotors and a caliper, it looks like, is just done in silver. There's the one on the back as well. So yeah, very nice wheels, and these do, I believe, roll pretty well. Give this one a test. Yeah, that rolls pretty good. Does the yellow one roll good? Yes, the yellow one does roll very good. So yeah, brake details, they roll. I should also tell you guys what I paid for these. So I bought all of these from RC Mart. I paid $14.88 each for these two GT3s and this GT1 LM. $14.88. And then the two Porsche Taycan turbos were $9.12 each. So I think for all five of these with $5 for shipping, it was like $67. Very nicely priced in my opinion for what you're getting. Brake details, tire printing, they roll. Opening parts. Here's the one for the yellow one. And they also have metal wing supports. So in my opinion, this is what Tarmac Works Hobby 64 should be. And I'm also kind of looking at it, and I'm not really seeing a big use of decals. These look completely pad printed to me. There might be they might be using a decal for this wing part on the top and maybe on the sides, but yeah, these look to be fully printed from my eyes. I'm not seeing any decals or anything. And then you also notice the number sticker that's right here is actually cut, but that is indeed printed on. So very nice quality that I'm seeing so far here. They do have some carbon fiber detailing. Their carbon fiber, it does not look the best to me. It is just kind of like gray and black lines. But honestly, for the price and everything else you're getting, I think the carbon fiber is fine. There it is on the wing again there. And then there's a little bit on the back portion here. It's not the best. It's not as good as Mini GT's carbon fiber in my opinion, but it's nice. It's good that they included it. They could have just made all that stuff black. So yeah, very cool cars. I believe that these were from 2024. That's one thing that I'm kind of seeing here that I don't like, is they're not actually telling what the car's from. So that is kind of a big unfortunate thing with these two at least. It might be different with this GT1 LM, but they're not actually saying what they're from or who the drivers were, which obviously you can look on the car and see who the drivers are for both of these. But yeah, I wish they would say what these are from. I believe that these were from the 2025 season for DTM, which would make this the winning car for the championship, I believe. Not exactly sure. They really need to start labeling that, because all they say on the packaging is Porsche 911 GT3R. They need to put some more information on these. Yeah, and there's no information on the bottom either. Oh, I should also note, these do have metal bases. So they are very nice, weighty models. They are held together with button head screws, which is good. So you can take them apart if you would like. I'm not seeing too much color on the interior, but it looks like there might be some stuff on the steering wheel and whatnot. Looks like there might be some buttons. Actually, there might be some details in there. We should probably go ahead and take one of them apart just to be thorough, because this is kind of like a first look at Trends hobby. I know I did get that 911 GT1, the event model, but this will kind of be a feeler for what their whole line will be like, just for regular releases. So let's go ahead and let's see. A little bit more. Those are some long-winded screws. Okay, there we go. So I assume it's just like any other die cast. It kind of just lifts up and out. Maybe? Holy moly, maybe not. These back wheels look pretty tight in the... Well, I don't want to break anything. Oh, there we go. Okay, so got it out. Oh, there's actually some exhaust detail back here as well. So this is all a separate piece. Done in kind of like a gold color, a metallic gold. So the 2 exhaust tips and then the big muffler. That is pretty cool. So there's the base, metal of course. You also have the Manthe badge because this is the front lip up here. And then the wheels. Ooh. So it looks like the brakes kind of slot into, I'm assuming somewhere in, oh wow, I actually don't know. I'm going to have to figure out how to put these back together. These ones stayed, the front ones, but the back ones, the brakes kind of came loose, so I'm going to have to figure out how to put those back in the right way. Anyways, here's the interior piece. So yeah, there are some buttons and controls on the steering wheel and the center console area. And then there is a red fire extinguisher and a little bit of silver plating down here on the passenger side. I don't know exactly what all those little bits are for, but pretty decently detailed. I do like that there's some stuff going on in here. That is nice to see. So yeah, I guess that was pretty much about it. And then there's also a screw in here for the opening hood portion of it as well, which is actually, or maybe that screw holds in this front portion because that's actually not a part of the interior casting part, which is kind of interesting. But it works, and it works pretty well. So yeah, there's one apart. I'm not going to put it back together right now. I'll do that later, but very, very nice from what I'm seeing so far. This is, yeah, there's a couple brands that could be in trouble with Trends Hobby putting out stuff that's this nice for this price. These are very affordable. So yeah, very nice. I'm impressed so far. Here's the green one again. Give you another quick look. The taillights are also acrylic, which is good. And the headlights are really nicely detailed on both of them. Nice bulb detail in there. Yeah, these just look really good. These look awesome. I'm very happy so far. So we'll put those back there. Let's go ahead and do this GT1 LM, and then we'll hop into the 2 Cayennes. Not a big fan of SUVs, but for Porsche, I'll make an exception. Holy moly, come out of there. Okay, so here's the box for this one. Again, just a standard cardboard box. Looks nice, though. I like how they're kind of themed with what the car is. This one shows you the opening parts. So it looks like this one's numbered number 95. Porsche licensing on the back. This one's actually got a Le Mans license, too. So I do like that they're licensing them by all the necessary things. So there you go, 241085B. And this one, I guess they give you a little bit more information on the car. This one says Porsche 911 GT1 LM 1998, but it doesn't tell you the event or anything. Obviously, this is a Le Mans car, but I wish they would tell you the event. It looks like my hood came up and off, which is not necessarily a good thing. I don't even really know how that happened. I guess kind of just shaking around in transit maybe, or maybe it wasn't fully on when they put it into this plastic. But anyways, so one thing that I'm really happy to see that they did in fact change with going into their first regular release of this one is they added tire printing to it, which was kind of a big thing for me. So as you can see, it does have the Michelin Pilot SX tire printing on there, which is awesome. The presentation version that they did not have that, which kind of worried me that their race cars weren't going to have tire printing, but it looks like they, and this was more of a presentation car, I believe. So they did add tire printing to this, which is awesome. And yeah, if this is anything like the other one, this is such a good casting, in my opinion. So, of course, it does have the opening parts, but we'll kind of take a look at the whole thing together first. Taillights are great. Nice acrylic. Exhaust tips coming out. Very, very cool. The wing looks awesome. It's got carbon fiber. These ones are just vertical lines for the carbon on this one, it looks like. Porsche logo looks nice. That is a decal for sure. But like I said, for the other Porsches, I'm pretty sure everything else is printed, and it all looks really good. It's smooth. Very, very nice. All the sponsorship logos on the side. Mobil 1 is the main sponsor for this car. Just so cool. But yeah, 26 box right there. IBM, the German flag, the names of the drivers there. Overall, just awesome. And then the mirrors for this one, well, they were rubber. They were rubber on this one. I think that they're rubber again for this one, but it feels more rigid, and that's probably because they printed them. See, if this was Mini GT probably would have just made these white. They actually printed the correct pattern on the wing mirrors, which is honestly pretty crazy. So yeah, there's the front end. Headlights look awesome. You got that big housing back there, and then yeah, they just look really good. Now the wheels are BBS wheels, of course, and they do have brake details. So there is well, actually it looks like a drilled rotor, and then a red caliper, and that's going to be the same all the way around. And again, I do believe that this will roll quite nicely. Indeed it does. And then for the opening parts, back comes off, and the front comes off, and it just looks really nice. It actually looks like they added more detail on this regular release than they had. Oh, no, maybe it's about the same. Yeah, just super nice. It's not anything crazy. It's not like Motor Helix's Mazda 787B or the... oh, let's not do that. But yeah, it's not like that Motor Helix or the Almost Real Pagani Zondas or anything like that. But honestly, for the price you are paying, it is very nice. It's on par. I would say it's probably on par with some of the opening parts stuff that Pop Race is doing, which is honestly a compliment. Even though I don't really support Pop Race at the time being, that's a big compliment because I think Pop Race is making some great models. So there's the front, and then here's all the details on the rear. You can see all the suspension. Just looks really, really good. Carbon fiber on this air intake. Really nicely done. For the price, this is incredible. $15 for this. $15, and they're held on with pretty strong magnets, so you can hold it upside down. You don't really have to worry about them coming off. And yeah, this is just awesome. The attention to detail is just great in my opinion. So yeah, there is the 911 GT1 LM from 1998. It is awesome. It's got tire printing, opening part. Ugh, it is just so good. So good. I am really impressed with Trends Hobby. I think they have a big potential to become one of my favorite brands, which is, well, I guess it's not that it's not hard to do, because I can have every brand that I can collect can be my favorite brand. But I definitely think that with them doing what they're doing, they could very well beat out some other brands that have been established for a long time, like Tarmac Works, Global 64 stuff. I mean, shit, even their Hobby 64 stuff. In my opinion, especially when you look at these 911 GT3s, you're getting more value and what seems to be better quality control than Tarmac Works Hobby 64 stuff. Because you got to think, those on average are around $25. This is $10 cheaper. You're getting opening parts, you're getting brake details, tire printing, the wheels spin, metal wing supports, acrylic lights. Like I would take this this Trends Hobby over a Tarmac Works Hobby 64. I really would, especially with how bad the quality always is on Tarmac Works. So just yeah, Mini GT as well. I think these are way better than Mini GT as far as value is concerned, because you got to figure the Mini GT Porsche 911 GT3Rs are going for Well, shit, some of them are going for $30 at release just because of the hype, but you're not getting near as much value with Mini GT either. So, yeah, I think Trends Hobby is going to be dangerous for a lot of these companies. They've got some really solid competition, it looks like. But anyways, here are the two Porsche Cayenne Turbo GTs, one in blue and one in gray. At least I think it's gray. So these are numbered 98 and 99, it looks like. I don't really understand why we started so high, because Trends Hobby has released a few event models before this first mix came out, but they haven't released 100 of them. But anyways, here's the back. The gray one's going to be 241090B. And okay, so it looks like it looks like each specific car will have its own code on the back, and then A, B, C, etc. for the colors, because they did release one color of this casting as an event model last year as well, and I did not pick that up because I didn't think I needed to. I figured they do enough cool colors of it. Yeah, Porsche licensing, Trends Hobby, authenticity sticker. There you go. And here they are. So I will be honest, in the pre-order render photos, I didn't really think that the front ends of these looked that good. But now that I'm kind of looking at it here, I think it looks much better in person. They looked kind of, I don't know, something looked a little funky about them in the pre-order photos. Not exactly sure why. And it might just be me, but that Porsche shield on the hood right there looks massive. Like way bigger than it should be. It's the same thing for the blue one. Maybe their badges are a little bit bigger on the SUVs. I wouldn't think so. I would think that they use the same Porsche badge on all their cars. But yeah, I don't know for sure. But yeah, this is just a really big beefy car, honestly. This one still does have a metal base. Interestingly enough, it looks like it's got a screw hole on the bottom right here. Not exactly sure why. But again, nice looking wheels. They don't look like plasticky and like. There's some companies like Para 64 does it. Occasionally Mini GT will do it, where the wheels just look very plasticky, which is a dumb thing to say because these wheels are made out of plastic. But sometimes they just look really cheap. And these ones so far on Trends Hobby do not. They actually look really good. And then it's got brake detail behind there. It's got a drilled rotor with it looks like a gold caliper. No, that's a silver caliper. I'm just seeing the gold reflecting off of it from the wheels. So yeah, brake details on this one look really good. Very, very nice. And again, I'm going to assume that both of these will roll. Yep, they roll beautifully. So yeah, for you rollers out there, this one's kind of noisy. You'll probably go in there and put some grease on the axle. I know Mini GT's been starting to do that. But anyways, it rolls good. Really nice brake details. Really nice wheels. Tires look good. And these ones also do have an opening hood. It might be a little difficult to open these. I don't really want to. I'm going to do this. You guys are going to get mad at me, I know. But I'm going to stick my metal pick in here and see if I can get it opened. Just very carefully. So there we go. So here's the hood. And there's your engine detail. Obviously, a lot of these newer cars just have like a big plastic piece covering the engine. So that's kind of what you're seeing here. But it looks pretty nice. I can't really make out what any little specific thing is in here, if I'm being honest. But it looks pretty nice for what you're getting. So you've got like the engine cover right there. And then you've got some stuff on each side, off to the side. But looks pretty good. And these ones, I think, are the best example of having like non-existent panel gaps for the hood. When this thing is closed, like honestly, you might not even be able to tell that the hood opens on these. So very, very good in my opinion. But yeah, as far as the front end is concerned, I think it definitely does look a lot better in person than it did in photos. The headlights look really good, clear acrylic, and then it's got two little silver strips in there for the headlight detail. Big grills on the front look pretty good as well. Yeah, it looks really good. I believe that circular thing right there is a camera or a sensor of some kind, but I think I don't know that there's too much color on the interior, which like definitely would have been really cool for this, but For $9, I think we're okay with just having a black interior, but I do see the Porsche badge on the center of the steering wheel. It's kind of difficult to see. There you go, Porsche badge right there. I also really do like the gold accents with this. Does it have a color? Okay, that's something they do need to fix on. Not fix on, but that's something they need to fix. They don't actually have color listed on this. So you have no idea what color this is, but this is kind of like a grayish blue. It's just a gloss paint. It looks really good. It's a very nice paint, but gold striping down the side. It's like a metallic gold with the Porsche. Looks really cool in my opinion. The mirrors feel like a very hard rubber, but they look pretty good. And then here is the back of the car. So what do we got going on here? I see the Turbo GT in silver right there. I'm not seeing any Porsche lettering on the back though, which is kind of odd. Acrylic taillights though, which actually look really good. It's like clear acrylic all the way across, and then it's got some red accenting going through it. I see Cayenne on the rear license plate, and then the two exhausts done in silver. Well, the tips of them are done in silver, which looks pretty good. A little bit of a spoiler right here, black spoiler, and then there's also like a little bit of a wing on the top right there as well. Yeah, I don't see any Porsche lettering on the back of this. Does the blue one have it? No, I'm not really seeing it on the blue one either. They both have this kind of like a solid white bar in the center of the rear lights right there, and it kind of looks like it's done on purpose, but maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why there's not any Porsche lettering on the back, but they did get the Turbo GT. But anyways, very, very nice. Here's the blue one. This one has the same gold accents. This one's just done in like a nice royal blue color, and it looks really good. This one's also just a glossy paint, it looks like. I don't see any metallic in there. Very, very cool. Really like these. These are cool. I didn't really think I was going to care about these Cayennes too much, but I actually do like them. They're quite nice. There's the engine bay for this one. Looks pretty good. And again, panel gaps are amazing. Like if I didn't know what brand this was or hadn't seen photos, if you handed this to me, I would not be able to tell that these had opening hoods. I really don't think I'd be able to. The panel gaps are just really, really good. So yeah, I think that's about it. We've looked at all 5 of them now, and they are all really, really good for the price. I really think I just have one complaint, and it's kind of nitpicky, but it's also kind of important. So if anybody from Trends Hobby is watching, which would be pretty cool, you've got to put more information about the car on your boxes. The name of the car is good. The licensing is awesome. Your number scheme can, it is what it is. It's a little, doesn't really make sense yet, but I trust the process. But you've got to be for your stock cars like these two, you've got to be putting colors. Factory paint colors is what we want to see on here, please. And then for the race cars, like these two Porsches, obviously we know it's from DTM, but you've got to give us a year. You've got to give us a year on these. That is my only request. Same thing with this one. At least tell us that it's from 1998 Le Mans, which is kind of self-explanatory because this is an LM car and you do have the year right there. So a little, not as big of a deal for this one. This one's pretty self-explanatory, but more information on the boxes, please. That is really my only complaint. Other than that, Trends Hobby is going to kill it. In fact, they already are. These are incredible for the price. Again, paid $9.12 each for these, and the other 3 race cars, these were $14.88 each, so under $15, and you're getting this amount of detail. Under $10 and you're getting this amount of detail. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. If you like them, buy them. You will not be disappointed. These are awesome. Anyways, so it's been about 30 minutes. Appreciate you guys watching. I will let you go now. Let me know what you think of these Trends Hobbies.